2, 1.
7 things you probably didn't know you need to know. I'm Jamie East, and this is the Smart 7.
Good morning. It's Thursday the 7th of April. Mike in for Jamie. It's World Health Day, and a very happy birthday to Francis Ford Coppola, Janice Ian, Jackie Chan and Russell Crowe. As the Russian war on Ukraine enters its 43rd day, Western military experts believe Russia's retreat from Kyiv and surrounding areas is almost complete. Ukrainian government officials are warning citizens in the east of the country, though, including Kharkiv, Luhansk and Donetsk, to flee while they still can, as a new Russian assault is expected within days. President Zelensky spoke to the Irish Parliament on Zoom on Wednesday and called for swift and decisive action on more sanctions, including banning Russian oil and blocking all of Russia's banks from the financial system before Putin's war machine can restart its attacks.
When we're hearing new rhetoric about the sanctions against Russian opposition, I can't tolerate any indecisiveness. We still have to convince Europe that Russian oil cannot feed Russian military machinery with new sources of funding.
And a new wave of international sanctions was agreed, including personal sanctions from the US against Vladimir Putin's adult daughters, and the US and UK announcing plans to freeze all assets of Russia's biggest bank, Sberbank. US Attorney General Merrick Garland also promised all Russian enablers and oligarchs will be punished.
It does not matter how far you sail your yacht. It does not matter how well you conceal your assets. It does not matter how cleverly you write your malware or hide your online activity. The Justice Department will use every available tool to find you, disrupt your plots, and hold you accountable.
Wednesday saw the start of a new UK tax year, and that meant a rise in national insurance payments of 1.25 pence in the pound, which actually means we're all paying over 10% more national insurance than we were. Families are under huge pressure over the cost of living and energy crisis, but Boris says it's a necessary step.
What we're doing today is unquestionably the right thing for our country. It's the right thing for the NHS, because here in the UK we've now got backlogs, waiting lists of 6 million people. That's why we're taking the steps that we are today.
Labour leader Sir Keir Starmer says it's a bad decision to have gone ahead with the rise in national insurance in the middle of the current crisis.
Today, the government chooses to increase tax on working people. So we've now got the highest rate of taxation for 70 years. So this, I'm afraid, is the wrong tax at the wrong time.
Following the double U-turn on conversion therapy and the cancellation of the government's LGBTQ+ conference after widespread boycotts, Boris waded into the issue of gender and identity again on Wednesday. Oh dear.
I don't think that it's reasonable for kids to take decisions about irreversible treatments that they may have. Second thing, I don't think that biological males should be competing in female sporting events. Maybe that's a controversial thing to say, but it just seems to me to be sensible.
His comments were criticised by LGBTQ+ charity Stonewall, which said blanket exclusion of trans people from participating in sport is unfair. Labour leader Keir Starmer says it's pretty simple.
Conversion therapy in all its forms should be banned. That used to be the government's position, and they've been flip-flopping on this over the last few days. They need to stick to their promises.
Health Secretary Sajid Javid was defending the government decision to leave trans people out of a proposed ban on conversion therapy on the basis there may be other root causes for gender dysphoria.
It is right to take the approach that we have, which is to ban conversion therapy for LGB, but to take a much more sensitive approach when it comes to trans. I don't think that anyone should be administered with electric shock. I think that would count as abuse, and it would already be against the law.
Ed Sheeran's been tangled up in a court battle over his song Shape of You for quite some time now. 2 songwriters accused him of copying part of their song Oh Why. Sheeran and fellow songwriter Snow Patrol's Johnny McDaid and Steve Mack were adamant they hadn't copied the song or even heard it. Luckily, the court agreed, and Ed released a video on his Instagram pleading for an end to these kinds of cases.
There's only so many notes and very few chords used in pop music. Coincidence is bound to happen if 60,000 songs are being released every day on Spotify. I don't want to take anything away from the pain and hurt suffered from both sides of this case, but I just want to say I'm not an entity. I'm not a corporation. I'm a human being. I'm a father. I'm a husband. I'm a son. Lawsuits are not a pleasant experience, and I hope with this ruling it means in the future baseless claims like this can be avoided.
Still to come on the Smart 7, Chelsea are in a spot of bother, and Idris Elba is talking football. Should that be soccer with the Americans?
Right after this. Welcome back.
Things are not going well for Frank Lampard at Everton as Wednesday night's game against Burnley in the Premier League, a classic relegation six-pointer, ended with Burnley winning 3-2 to leave Everton just above the drop zone. Wednesday also saw more Champions League quarter-final first-leg action. Villarreal beat Bundesliga big boys Bayern Munich 1-0, but Chelsea looked to be in real trouble after a Karim Benzema hat-trick saw them lose 3-1 at Stamford Bridge to Real Madrid. Manager Thomas Tuchel was really not in a good mood after the game.
Well, it's a heavy loss. It was one of the worst first halves that I saw from us here at Stamford Bridge. On this kind of level, you cannot play like this. This was individually as a team and from all of us was by far not enough. We were not doing what we were used to do and far from our standards.
The new Kardashian show is coming to Hulu and Disney Plus on April 14th, and there's a lot of excitement, at least if your name begins with a K. Momager Kris Jenner was on with Ellen and was hyping up the first episode, which features Kim presenting Saturday Night Live. But wow, Ellen is tough to impress.
Wait till you see the first part of the first episode. It's so good.
I saw it.
You did?
Yeah, they gave it to me ahead of time.
Stop.
Yeah.
Did you like it? You didn't even call me.
I just saw it in my dressing room before you got here.
Okay, well, there was time.
I had a show before you got here.
Okay.
Very, very busy. You're not the only one
busy.
with an empire. Now listen.
Sonic the Hedgehog 2 got its premiere this week, and the man playing the villain, Knuckles, is none other than Idris Elba. He popped up with Jimmy Kimmel to chat briefly about Sonic, but mainly about DJing at Meghan and Harry's wedding, where he played Dr. Dre, but nothing by Queen, and about presenting the World Cup draw last week. The US and England face off in the group stage in Qatar, so Jimmy wanted to get up to speed on English football charts.
The one that I like the most is a tiny little song. It's humiliating, right? So you'll have this famous player come out and he'll either do like a free kick or he'll miss or he'll mess up. And all they start singing is, "Who are ya? Who are ya?" And it's like, you know who I am. My name's on the back. Why you know who I am.
This has been the Smart 7. Wherever you're listening, do us a favour and hit the follow button. We'll be back tomorrow at 7 a.m. Have a great day.